Hello everyone, Agion here of another Come to Heroes 2 replay. Spawned on the north side as the OKW, we have Awesome as Fuck. By the way, if you probably wondered what the title was, it's probably going to be 3 asterisks or 4 asterisks in that location just so it doesn't get any additional censorship. Don't want to have that in the title, really. Spawned on the south side as the opponent, as the Soviet Union, we have Lima OscarMike. Also known as, those are military phonetic for LOM. Lom, whatever that means. Lom. Either way, we do have the doctrines are mechanized support tactics. By the way, he did go in fact tier 1. He may be eyeing for tier 2 later on. I don't see any M24. However, there are a couple guards. Then again, Pinos can always be upgraded PTRSs. Though I hate using PTRSs on Pinos just because it really gimps the anti-infantry. They're really powerful without it. But of course, with that, those 2 PTRSs does properly nerf them to make them more of an anti-vehicle unit. I wouldn't mind see that upgrade turn to 3 PTRSs or 30 PTRS along the way. The mod team was experimenting around with that, so it actually has better to fight against vehicles or more specialized versus vehicles rather than have their not exactly great either. Either way, we do also have doctrines are the mechanized support, shock rifle front line, and guard rifle command tactics. Since we don't see any conscripts, I do not expect to see guard rifles. This building, while very effective, the Storm Pioneers could go ahead and get right here and be immune to actually the fire. I believe there is an angle where they're immune to all fire, where they can't be shot at. You got a scout car coming on the way, so most likely this is a possibility. It's a very urban map. The KV-8 can be quite powerful. Don't see this being immediate call-in. The ISU 152 will have a bit of trouble on this map. It's very urbanish, so I would imagine shock rifle frontline tactics is probably going to be the doctrine of choice. We got some Pinos over here, and it looks like for the doctrines here, we do got breakthrough. Don't see that. Yeah, Tiger won't be all too effective. Luftwaffe, I can see that. Fortune makers have plenty of buildings to make use of. And we got elite armor. This is possible. The Sturm Tiger does like the lane maps, which forces blobbing more often than not. You got Pinos inside the scout car. Usually we see the combat engineers for the flamer along with the repairs. The Pinos do of course have much better rate of combat effectiveness, which will force with the Sturm Pioneers, will prevent any really noticeable damage upon the scout car. Kuberwagen is trying to reverse move out of here. However, it can easily get chased down the frontal movement of this unit. Combat engineers should start moving towards that cutoff point there. We've got some more combat engineers over here. Went for dual combat engineer into Pino, into the scout car, into another Pino, as you can see here. Standard build opener over here. We do got 3 Volksgrenadier and a Sturm Pioneer. We do have plenty of resources for a half track here. Actually, getting a Kettenwerfer, that's why he's saving up with all that manpower. The Kettenwerfer will instantly spell death for the scout car. Of course, if it gets in range and line of sight and fire, and it actually manages to hit it. The scout car does have a small target size, so it can be prone to misses. And we do got some very nice little model pick off there, along with the open ground shots. This unit will be overwhelmed. He may as well just retreat back. He won't be able. He may still lose upon retreat with this chase down. The Kettenwerfer is still now out on the field. We could see a Panzerschreck. No, he does not. He needs a truck for a Panzerschreck. Never mind. We got Volksgrenadiers here, but there is the cutoff has been decapped over here, denying all that fuel, munitions, and a couple strategic points. We got to push forward over here. Once again, the scout car will push away these squads, no problem. We'll chase him down, make it a model to. No, he's going to eye for capture of the fuel. We will need. He should secure up this point first, then this point, because this is cut off thanks to this. I think it is. Yeah, it is. Kuberwagen will get ran around with the combat engineers. Both sides will actually have trouble as it's spinning around. Actually, probably should eye for this heavy cover. The heavy cover will make him win out no matter what. But getting some nice, actually, arm penetrating hits. But this one guy shooting the rear armor. This thing does, in fact, have rear armor. We do got some reinforcing folks. Kuberwagen should start running away. Yes, it is. Both these combat engineers are behind heavy cover. This one, while one of 2 models sticking out. You got a Kettenwerfer here, should stealth up. Yes, he is. Does it now. He may or may have not spotted it, but the Penal Squad will force away the Volksgrenadiers. Flamer team has been popped. He doesn't really have to worry. Oh, the Storm Pioneers can always lay down mines, so he doesn't really need. And plus, he has another squad for a one minesweeper if necessary. So I'd like to see one Flamer, one a minesweeper. We got some nice hits here. The Storm Pioneers are going to get behind the heavy cover. They were farther than that range 10, but the Storm Pioneers did get some very good hits, eliminating 2 of the models. They should be able to win out, but Kubelwagen is pitching in a bit of damage. Reinforcing Penal Squads will force an automatic win in the area, but he may lose his Storm Pioneer squad, crashing some light cover now, which really does help. Has received some hits, getting to maximum range, and will manage to barely get out of there. We do got a mechanized truck over a flak a medical truck. So we may see a 2-2. He has spotted this heavy penal-based play, so 2-2 can be quite feasible. We do in fact have some conscripts here. No upgrades for them. That's a bit interesting. Maybe eyeing for a snare or 2 later on. He could go ahead and side tech to tier 2 from his tier 1. And Penals are gaining this very good range game. In fact, somehow shooting down a solid metal light post. Then again, somehow Kubelwagens and other vehicles can go through wooden fences when that would total a vehicle in real life. One of these guys is down to 1 model. He's not in any immediate danger from getting wiped, so he can actually withstand a couple hits, but he should fall back sooner, or now, really. Actually, may have left it out, but the other squad's getting hit because it's closer. A nice flank on the Vikendwerfer will take this spotted out. Most likely will not get the squad wipe unless he's actually one of the models or fighting against one of the crew members, so may force the death loop. We do have the Panzerfaust now available. 2-2 now coming on out, just nearly completed. Has a very good window, just have to worry about satchel charges. There is no AT grenades, and we'll get a nice hit there, wiping also a number of the models. There is AT grenades being built up now, so that conscript is here for the more potent snares, or more reliable snares, I should say. Satchel charges are much more potent, but much harder to land. Most of the time I usually get the skill shot off over the automatic targeting. I just love that skill shot. Something's running forward, I immediately preemptively fire, and 50% chance I can get the stick onto it. If you're going to do a skill shot, you're going to have to make sure you throw far and not close. Throw close and immediately throw down to the ground. So you may even hit a point blank target. So you want to throw far with a skill shot. Always throw far. Got some very good hits. This 2-2 may in fact wipe its engineer squad. Has little opposition, not even any AT mines to worry about. And will in fact detonate the flamethrower included. We got conscripts. He will get the snare off. But there are Storm Pioneers nearby. He needs a force soak, focusing the Storm Pioneer squad to help do as much damage to help put this thing off the line as much as possible. There's nothing here to get a decisive kill. Now these Storm Pioneers can just repair it up, no problem. So that snare was largely not worth it, but however will save retreating squads, so I guess it is technically worth it. I guess these Volksgrenadier have captured up this cutoff point, but they're getting overwhelmed by penals. I just wanted to solve a potential satchel, but we do got nice multiple incendiary grenades coming out, which will force these guys to move around out of cover. We do got reinforcing Volksgrenadiers here, but they're getting hit by another flanking penal squad, so the flank was hit by a flank. I remember one of my Grey Goo videos, I said, there's a flank on the flank of the flank! Yeah. That was a long time ago, about maybe 2 years. Either way, we do got the Kubelwagen will secure up this fuel point. We do got overall better fuel preservation from the OKW player, but we do got Jaegers now available. He will have that access to elite infantry. We may see a satchel charge if he so desires, but it's largely not worth it. In fact, if he sees a satchel charge, he could just Allah Akbar and just try to suicide bomb into. We'll get the main gun destroy crit instead of getting the kill. Wow, I was thinking about Allah Akbar. Oh, he attaches satchel charge to me with a unit that will die to it. Allah Akbar! And run straight into the squad. I have actually done serious damage like that, and seen even squad wipes like that. I would like to see a tier. He actually does have tier 3 been built. He is approaching T70 fuel, or you can get wait a little bit longer for SU-76. T70 may be SU-76 may be a more preferred option. He already has plenty anti-infantry, so you can stick out for another 20 seconds of fuel in order to get the SU-76, in order to have a bit more late game AT. SU-76 are actually quite effective even versus Panzer IVs, even against, to a degree, versus Panthers, let alone, and T-70, no. He is going for T-70. I rather, as I stated before, I would rather see an SU-76. If you're worried about it being circled, you can always make sure there's a conscript squad nearby to get the snares. We got SDGs now out on the line. He will get a significant amount of damage on this penal squad. My engineers could actually be wiped if they get some good hits with this Kubelwagen, but highly unlikely. He's actually going to go straight for the VP. T-70 has been spotted, getting some very good damage onto the squad. Ooh, another good hit. They're splitting up there, so no chance of full wipe. And that Kubelwagen's most likely dead. He's facing the wrong direction. Actually, somehow managed to keep. The problem with it seems like conscripts never really get any good penetrating hits. The Kubelwagens. I have seen times where they just always get penetrating hits. Sometimes they get none. We'll get a kill there. There is a Viken here. He needs to reposition it. Yes, he is. Still stealthed up behind heavy cover. Little chance of fear versus the T-70. We'll get a nice penetrating hit there. I don't think it can bounce versus that. You know, eyeing for a satchel, but there's only one model for it and getting focused down. You know, squad, man. Ooh, the model inside the circle did get killed. While a lot of people say you only need one model inside the circle, I prefer two, just because if the one model gets killed, which it seems like it always happens, you can still be capturing it up. Is that a conscript Molotov? Nope. That was a incendiary grenade from the Volksgrenadier. I thought since the Volksgrenadier were already over here, maybe actually, no, actually it may have been the Volksgrenadier down over here. Never mind. We got another cutoff. We'll deny all these resources. I'm glad they started changing the map. Before, this was the only cutoff point, and before, this was the only cutoff point there, making it very hard to actually secure resources. Whoever is aggressive would win out. For example, OKW player with their starting out Sturm Pioneer. T-70 will get repaired up. Very nice. I haven't seen any function makers yet. In fact, I haven't seen anything used by this doctrine. Never mind. We do got some function Jaegers out on the field. I need to resecure this cutoff point. Function makers should actually win out at long range. However, these guys do, of course, have the last man as they take more damage. Then they can dish out more damage. Well, take more losses, I should say. Conscripts eyeing for a AT grenade. Will probably not get it. The Volksgrenadier are here to help protect also. Infantry aviators showing their superiority at long range. T-70 moving forward, has received a Kenworth hit. Is eyeing for hit in 222 now. The 222 is now Vet 2, so has increased accuracy, will reduce scatter and rate of fires. Now may be able to take on this 222 in the damaged state if it gets some penetrating hits. But he's now getting repairing up on the front line. These Volksgrenadiers will spot it. He's going to eye hitting the combat engineers. Will get one hit, doing a good amount of damage. Only multiple bounces. But he actually may be able to win out, getting some good penetrating hits there. Do got winning out in that engagement. And yeah, this 52 is in fact winning. And his conscripts going in for a snare, but however runs into two Volksgrenadiers and along with the 222 retargeting to it. An MG34 would be ideal to help securing the center point. There's no indirect fire. There is a T-70 to always be careful of, but there is a Kenworth to help protect. Yeah, quite a bit of fuel expended. Not sure where. Oh wait, he's building another vehicle, an Su-76. So you will have a mobile AT option. Times you wish you had a 4th or 5th or 7th medic for all these wounded troops. So these Pinos at Veteran C2 will win out versus Fulci Makers, especially when they're damaged. Veteran C2, they do, of course, was increased accuracy, yes, and rate of fire. Well, this increases survivability, weapon accuracy under fire, so they get a lot of accuracy bonuses. You got some shock troops. This is a very interesting option. Spending more manpower. We have a hard time by sustaining all these troops now with such a high potential manpower bleed. The shock troops are a good assault infantry. Pinos are actually a good mid-range infantry, so they sort of overlap with shock troops. Of course, shock troops do, of course, have smoke grenades and usable frags. And armor. Armor's a little bit better versus. Ooh, do get some nice sheer panzer quarters. We'll cover this flank. We'll not cover this point, but we got a T-70 hitting this unit. There it is. Oh no, Su-76 getting some very good hits. Just one hit away from death. And we'll roll a miss. The Kenworth is now sitting on up. There is units here to help propel it away. Actually using the. Ooh, getting a very potent hit. The conscripts could wipe it out. Ooh, but the Kenworth will go ahead and start hitting it. Has received one. Will most likely receive another. Will not actually, and will wipe out that squad of Volksgrenadier. That is a bit of a problem. However, he has plenty of manpower to replace with Fallschirmjägers. Fallschirmjägers can be quite potent, especially when they get the veterancy. Do got a bundled grenade on the forward cover. Will wipe out that shock troop in one grenade. Bunched up things in that sandbags as a horrible position for the shock troops. Ooh. Found a Soviet landmine. Over a brief moment of quiet has laid upon the field. We've got some reinforcing units, a lot of veteran Pinos This one's close. Nah, not halfway to getting Vet 3 itself. We'll probably get it shortly, especially when fighting Jägers, since they do bleed out a lot of veterancy. And it looks like we do got the problem where the medics are stacking each other, trying to debate who should get to heal this guy, not getting a full heal. A bit of a blobby style. That's sort of what happens when you all reinforce out the same area. Actually, too far from the capture point, not actually securing it up. The 2 has been spotted. We'll find the T-70. The T-70 is getting some nice rear armor hits, but receiving some good penetrating hits from the 222. We throw out. He is going to eye for an AT grenade. Will in fact get the AT grenade, but do got a lot of automatic weaponry help force them away. Storm Pioneers are right here getting hit. Will soak up the damage from the T-70. Will not get the capture point. Just pulls out a little bit too soon. You know, so now we're spread out, capturing up multiple points at once. These 2 still damaged. Jägers should be able to force away these conscripts, no problem. All 4 men are firing. Actually, the conscripts behind the heavy cover actually somehow getting some good work, maybe because of our veterancy too. We got IS-2s and KV-8s now available, though he's far from the field. Cannon Whiffer missing right there, a lethal blow, and will not get the killing shot. SU-76 still has not been repaired. His combat engineer is tasked quite a bit. I think we already seen the Dr. Lockett. I just now heard the IS-2 now available. I didn't hear the KV-8 now being available. But he has plenty of munitions for incendiaries, so he probably should lay down some bit more TM-35 mines. And even use his conscripts laying down some flare mines. Recently I've been spamming them out instead of using the PMD-6 mines. And they're just very cost effective, though they're not as good as PMD-6. And harder and you have to place individual ones down instead of oh, you got a lethal shot from the Kettenwerfer. The Jägers will get some nice work. They're currently at veterancy 2. I think at veterans, I know Obsatsen get their accuracy bonus at veterancy 2. I'm not exactly sure about Jägers. Need to check that out. Due to now at veterancy 3, has increased mobility and I think maybe increased sight range. Of course, they do also have the cautious movement. Shush, shush, we're sneaking here. We do got a lot of good use of heavy cover, and we do got 2 significant penetrating hits. We'll take another 2 shots before it can die. We do also got a Maxim in this building. However, is there a window on this side? There is, in fact, a window on the side. If he could just perhaps destroy this cover, I don't think an SC-7 can't destroy it. So maybe using his barrage in order to destroy that cover would be ideal in order his Maxim get better sight range. This may sound range, but use his barrage in order to destroy that wall. Let's see. Maker veterancy. At veterancy 1, they gain the frangible smoke. Veterancy 2, increase survivability and allow for camouflaging. Veterancy 3, all combat, increase squad survivability. Accuracy of Vet 4, so it's actually a bit of time, and then accuracy and range of Vet C4. You got Incendiary Barrage coming in, doing some good amount of damage to the Jägers. You got nice Smoke Barrage, thanks to this mortar team you just built. We'll take 3 satchel charges in order to destroy that, so the smoke is about ready to wear out. If he's trying to use a barrage, but hitting the building largely. We'll get another satchel off before the suppression comes on in. We'll get some very good damage, but not enough for a kill. But the barrage will finish it off. Very, very nice. Ooh, but a bundle grenade will wipe out that squad entirely. You got another squad of Jägers out on the field. We do in fact have airborne assault available, so additional Jägers now available. He's saving up for King Tiger. He lost his headquarters. Veterancy 4 has been obtained by the looks, which of course increase the range of their main gun and advance and more accuracy, sounds like. Increase and eventually 5 he gains suppression. Well, the suppressive fire ability. You got another 76 barrage. Ooh, getting a very good hit there. Do not move forward. We will see an AT grenade, increased mobility, easily allowing for that, actually. We'll force that squad away, but there's nothing to get a killing blow. The Su-76 is not rotating. The tickets are in favor of the Soviet player for the brief moment. So the points are currently controlled by the OKW player. Maxim has been spotted. He could fall. He is going to throw a bundle grenade. Actually, no, that's frangible smoke. Eyeing for additional damage, and probably soon be throwing a bundle. He is not decrewing the building, so the bundle grenade could wipe out the squad. They're all pretty low. Bundle grenade now going out, but however, they just now got out, and thus no MG went down. Actually, losing 2 of the penal squads. When did that happen? Oh, bundle grenade here, but I'm not sure where he lost the other one. I saw him losing a shock troop over here. Maybe it was another bundle grenade. IS-2, be ready in 5 seconds. And you have the heavy tank to face the King Tiger. Both of them have the same heavy armor. But the King Tiger is a little bit farther away. I think it's 300, was it 300 or 310? So it's still about a minute plus away, more than a minute anyways, maybe a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes. IS-2 has plenty of time to get some work done. Dude immediately got a pintle mount, not big surprise. Conscript's eyeing for another AT grenade, but we do not. Su-76 getting a nice penetrating hit. In 2 penetrating hits, just 1 shot away from death. The IS-2 is now over here. Has not been revealed yet. OscarMike could run forward and destroy this building with a bundle grenade, but he's not paying attention. We'll get a nice burst off. We'll force away the mortar team. You got a demo charge over here on the cutoff point. That can be quite devastating. Nice frangible smoke to cover his own units. However, he's getting hit by the damage over time. It's not a true smoke grenade. It's a painful smoke grenade. OscarMike is starting to retreat back. Mass retreat of all the Jägers. Getting a nice hit there. But that's only the first model down. IS-2 has now tasted blood, and it wants more. Su-76 is at Veterancy 3, so it does increase the rate of fire. Doesn't get any penetrating bonuses. That is... Ooh! Boom! And he was equipped with a Minesweeper. He did not have the Minesweeper out! Oh, that's such a big blunder! Not having the Minesweeper out when pushing forward and capturing sectors with the Sturm Pioneers. OscarMike are now available. I wonder what type of chemicals inside these. Titanium tetrachloride. I'm not exactly sure. That sounds like a gas grenade, but not widespread. And it can. Ooh, Veterancy 5 looks. King Tiger. He's at 10 plus fuel, so he's been delayed. And this is quite important. This IS-2 can get more and more work done. I wonder, It can't obscure line of sight and disable vehicle weapons if they stay within it. So yes, it does disable vehicle weapons. You don't see it too often, but can be quite potent if that happens. King Tiger now out on the field. He is going to immediately upgrade, equip it with the Pinto Mount, not big surprise. He does have enough for airborne assault as well. More Jägers. Jägers do not have the booby trap like the Jaeger lights. You got a frag grenade there. Shock troops been called in. That is a suitable replacement to Penals, since they do have the armor. IS-2 versus King Tiger. Both of them have the same amount of armor, but I think the armor penetration is in favor of the King Tiger. However, in real life, I think they're relatively equivalent tanks. While the Pershing is considered better than the Tiger, worse than the King Tiger. There is a Kenwerfer here for additional support. At close range, can get some very good penetrating hits. King Tiger does roll a bounce. You got Incendiary Barrage to displace this Kenwerfer. That is critical. The Kenwerfer does bounce right there and will get significant amount of damage thanks to the Incendiary. IS-2 has sustained quite a bit of damage. So far, no penetrating hits upon the King Tiger, but has sustained a bit of damage, but still not enough for a snare. Su-76 can always poke in with its range damage, help push away the King Tiger, but looks with its increased mobility can flank around and circle around the Su-76. However, there is a captured Kenwerfer that is critical in order with the defense. Actually, one model is in the circle, so you can force a stop, move, and secure the point. King Tiger has received the hit from the Kenwerfer. The conscripts could try going in for a penetrating hit. This Kenwerfer has been decrewed, so you can try to grab that as well. Actually, he's going to force and destroy it. That is another option. Rolling 3 misses. Just needs one more hit. Get another miss. It will destroy it before the Volksgrenadiers can reclaim it. That is crucial. IS-2 still has a lot of damage, and there will be a Panzerfaust upon the unit. Dual Panzerfaust has a big waste. King Tiger may be eyeing for the kill, but there are conscripts nearby. The conscripts will in fact get the snare on the looks. Will take 2 Su-76 shots before it goes down. There's only 0 combat engineers alive, so he needs to build 1, if not 2, to help repair these units. Second Su-76 has been built in order for additional AT. Final grenade has been thrown out, but the conscripts will retreat out. Combat engines now being put on the line. This IS-2 is still an eternity away from combat ready. But there are still 2 Su-76s out forced with the Tiger tank. King Tiger. Could see a barrage. 2 barrages. Yes, we do see dual barrages. Along with the Maxim will help force away the unit. You got a nice bundle grenade. However, the units will circle around, but now the increase of accuracy will increase survivability. If I remember correctly, accuracy is at veterancy 4. That's when they become lethal. Sim6s are trying to snipe this, it looks. Now, since 2 of them, he's usually been getting 2 hits. Now he can get a quick 2 hits and perhaps get a 3rd off if he moves forward. We'll get a 3rd hit there, thanks to higher rate of fire, thanks to the 3 stars of veterancy. Vet 5 is now dead. Nice smoke grenade forcing the Volkscreen to draw in closer. But these Cannon Woofers will get a nice hit. In fact, there is no good retreat route. He needs to start reverse moving. He still may, in fact, lose it thanks to he had to swerve to the left, but he will actually get out of the vision range. These shock troops need to fall back and get healed up. Their armor is almost destroyed. They're currently sustained a lot of blood loss. And now they will fall back. Note the armor doesn't actually go away the more damage they take. Just a figure of speech. Ooh, you got King Tiger now moving on forward. IS-2 has been fully repaired, so we will see a battle between the two heavy tanks. We got some 14 Bolshevik for a snare. And we do got SU-76 now transitioning over this, so this one's still severely damaged. The Cannon Warfare is moving around, but will actually run away. Will not actually fire off any shots. You got this SU-76 probably actually in range, just doesn't have vision. We do got these conscripts pushing this Cannon Warfare forward. This Cannon Warfare will be a great way. We'll get a nice penetrating hit thanks to spotting in cloaked Cannon Warfare. We'll get nice 3 penetrating hits. We'll force away the King Tiger, gain the momentum there in that engagement. Looks like a second Cannon Warfare has been built. Tickets are still in favor of the Soviet player. Currently at almost double the amount. Actually is doubled. Multiple bounces. Unable to get additional damage. Won't be enough damage in order to warrant a dive. Bolsheviks catching up in stealth. Very nice. But the shock troops did force them to fire out. We'll throw a frag. If you would just kept that a bit more quiet, the Maxim wouldn't have spotted them. But of course, with the recent nerfs, the Maxim and rework, it's just a bit too much suppression nerf. IS-2 now moving on forward. Do got the Cannon Warfare moving on forward. Both Cannon Warfares are within range, but there may be a line of sight. Yes, that post is a line of sight blocker. We'll get a nice one penetrating hit. The other one is blocked. This post did I-4 Panzerfaustbos unable. We'll retreat this guy back. He's severely damaged. And we'll spot this one. He could throw. He is eyeing for a satchel charge, but decides to cancel it. AV-8 now moving forward. This is a heavy infantry asset. He already has a lot of 18-inch form, the 2 SU-76 and the IS-2, so this is a very good option at the moment. The 5 levels of veterancy on the Volksgrenadier, they should be able to win out, except versus damaged penal squad. The KV-8 will make short work of the squad if he stays there for too prolonged. However, the King Tiger may be able to get a shot off, then he can lure in for, then it will be very easy for Panzerfaust. He's eyeing for the Panzerfaust now, but no shot has been coming off from the King Tiger. He's fired off too early. We'll get a nice penetrating rear armor hit there. We will see a Panzerfaust here. Another penetrating hit. This KV-8 will probably in fact die. The King Tiger has received no retaliation fire. SU-76 doesn't have a clear line of sight. The other SU-76 is now rolling forward. Still no retaliation angle. He could actually afford another squad of combat engineers to help repair all these units. We got another incendiary barrage forcing the cannon warfare, or should force away. Or force them both back. Though this one may in fact suffer a couple squad models lost. But however, we're not. Interior once again, good moving forward. There is this Su-76 ready for deflection. However, rolling a bunch of business and somehow actually managed to get one of those models. Ooh, there goes the shock troops. Ooh, this conscript squad may in fact go down. There's still one guy of STG. Tickets are still counted in favor of the Soviet player. So while he's been losing a number of squads and losing some later on engagements, he still has a ticket advantage. And at this point, that's all that matters. He has been having better map control. Dual Vickenwerfer is now moving on forward. He has his own Vickenwerfer firing upon this Su-76. Rolling bunch of misses. Jaegers are hitting the Vickenwerfer. We'll get a couple penetrating hits there, but we'll actually decrew the Vickenwerfer and destroy it entirely. We got this Vickenwerfer, could have got another hit in. The King Tiger is getting some good hits, and IS-2 has sustained quite a bit of fire. Sim-6 has sustained a lot of fire himself. However, he's still alive, he can repair. Incendiary Zone made this no man's land, but the tickets are still counting in favor of the Soviet player. Who destroyed the Vickenwerfer with the other Su-76? Rolling a bunch of misses. I'm not so sure how he's getting vision on that. I think he may be force firing ground. There is a mechanized truck with repairs. He is going to get a Puma for additional anti-vehicle, which is actually probably a good idea. Puma can be great for Su-76 if he hit at some of the sides and get a nice ambush position, though we'll generally still lose out on head-on engagement, unless you have heat rounds. We got penetrating it on the IS-2. We do have a Panzerfaust imminent, but he will manage to get away. He knows we're here to deflect the Fulton Jaegers. And the last of the tickets just ran up. This is Agion saying thank you for watching and signing off.